How does area-based zoning impact utility infrastructure planning? Imagine a bustling city where every building and road is carefully planned out, ensuring that everything runs smoothly. This is where area-based zoning comes into play. It divides land into specific zones, each with its own rules about what can be built there. This planning method directly influences how utility infrastructure is set up and maintained. First, let's talk about how zoning categories affect utility needs. Different zones, such as residential, commercial, and industrial, have varying demands for utilities like water, sewer, and electricity. For instance, high-density residential areas requiring more water and electricity than low-density agricultural zones. Utilities must prepare for these demands by planning expansions and upgrades accordingly. Next, zoning shapes the layout of utility infrastructure. Take cluster zoning, for example. This approach groups homes closer together, which can reduce the length of utility lines and lower costs. On the other hand, sprawling developments can lead to longer utility lines and higher maintenance costs. From a planning standpoint, clear zoning maps help utilities coordinate with city planners and developers. When zoning regulations are up to date, utilities can predict where growth will happen and plan their projects accordingly. This foresight helps avoid expensive last-minute changes and service interruptions. Zoning regulations often requiring developers to make infrastructure improvements when they build. This could mean connecting new buildings to existing water and sewer systems or creating utility easements. Utilities must work within these rules to ensure that infrastructure meets both current demands and future growth. In summary, area-based zoning influences utility infrastructure planning in several ways. It defines land use patterns that determine utility demand. It affects the design and cost efficiency of utility networks. It provides a framework for utilities to align their projects with city growth plans. Lastly, it requires utilities to integrate infrastructure improvements into zoning regulations. Understanding these connections is essential for utilities to effectively plan and maintain the infrastructure that supports our communities.